Juve fans are dreaming of a midfield of Sergei Milinkovic-Savic, Adrian Rabiot, and Paul Pogba. Will it actually be able to take fold? We'll take a look at that. Cuadrado set to say his farewell to Juventus. Giuntoli, the latest with him. And then Timothy Weah arrives in Turin. All that and all the other mercato news happening today around Juventus. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is the AJC. I'm Alberto. Let's rock. We're going to kick things off with Parisi's deal. It is currently on standby, but set to take place again in a few days, and looking for the final details to be resolved. And it looks like it's going to be Ranocchia set to go the other way to Empoli. All right, Giuntoli, we are getting mixed reports about him joining Juventus. Okay, and the latest is that he's set to come in. It's going to be tomorrow or Friday. All done, then he could sign his 5-year deal. The other reports suggest that ADL might still delay everything and that Juventus has put the deadline to this Friday. If he is not released by Napoli, they will be moving forward without him and we'll probably see him next season. However, Romeo Gresti said yesterday that he believes it is all done and will take place this summer as well, because of the fact that Juve hasn't looked at any other sporting directors, period. But that could also say a lot for how they feel about Mana and the fact that Claudio Chiellini has been brought in for next gen now, when with Mana having the reins to the first team right now. So we'll see what happens with Giuntoli. But right now, maybe in a couple days, maybe not. We'll see. Genoa are coming in for Enzo Barnechea. He could be leaving Juventus this summer in an outright deal. Timothy Weah set to be in Turin today. His medical set up for tomorrow, and then it will be all officially confirmed. All right. Hans Nicolucci Caviglia. He could be sold to Salernitana for 5 million euros. The original sale price was 8 million. Salernitana was not happy with it. Juve could give the discount at 5 million euros. All right. Alexandro, the latest on him is that Juventus does not want to terminate because they would still end up having to pay his contract. They're trying to find a solution, maybe where they pay partial contract in moving him on to a club. Alexandro has accepted going to Galatasaray. He has also accepted going to several Arab clubs, but Mirko Di Natale says there is nothing actually coming through for contacts with any of these clubs to Alexandro. We'll see what happens there. All right. West Ham is set to come in for Zakaria. All right, Zakaria could be sold for somewhere around 15 million euros. And to be honest, when we picked him up for 10 million euros. That's a very small purchase price. So this deal will not hurt Juventus, but it's not going to be a massive game in any way, shape, or form. But hey, it's one less guy we have to worry about finding a solution for. If they can find the deal with Zakaria, then it leaves McKennie and Artur, and that is the top priority for Juventus right now to move those guys on. All right, Soule could be sold for 20 million euros. All right, we're gonna have some fun in talking about the youngsters. We put this out on Twitter, and it's interesting to see everybody's answers. Okay, out of this list of young players, now on Twitter we made it a little bit easy, saying you have to keep 5 and loan 2. On YouTube, we're going to get a little aggressive and say you have to keep 3 youngsters around and you can loan 2 out. Who would they be? Now, for the young guns, I'm going to keep. This is the list. Fagioli, Miretti, Iling Jr., Cambiaso, De Winter, Soule, Barnechea, Ranocchia, Rovella, and Nicolucci Caviglia. Okay, so the 3 I'm keeping. First of all, Fagioli, an absolute lock. Rovella, absolute lock. From there, for me, in keeping with the team this year, it's between Iling Jr. and De Winter. De Winter because I think he could be used great as a rotation at the center back role and should be getting minutes with us. However, Iling Jr., I don't want to take him away, and we need help up top and don't want to get any thinner. So I'm going to go Iling Jr. The 3 I keep, Fagioli, Iling Jr., Rovella. The 2 I'm going to loan out, this is where it gets tricky for me. Miretti, I gotta loan him out, okay, because I think he's got high ceiling, okay, and I think a loan would go a long way for him. So Miretti. Then from there, I am tossed up between Ranocchia and Soule, but also De Winter, because I don't want to lose De Winter. I have a lot of faith in him. Soule, I'm on the fence about. Ranocchia, I think could be fantastic, all right. Gun to my head, out of those 3, this could change. This answer could change every hour when you ask me. But Miretti, and let's say I'm going to go with Soule. Okay, so Miretti and Soule on loan. Can't wait to read your answers in the comment section on that one. Now, the center back situation at Juventus. Bremer does have a lot of offers out there, but what we're hearing is that Juve will not pull the trigger unless it is a big, big offer. So he's set to stay. Bonucci, there's a lot of uncertainty and mixed reports about what's going to go down with him and whatnot, but he is expected to stay. So we should have Bonucci around another year. Rugani, there are some teams interested and whatnot, but highly unlikely he is going to move either. So things should be remaining the same at the center back role, all right? Other than potentially some more support coming in. We mentioned De Winter, but also Dean Hewson, the youngster who has really turned some heads at Next Gen and whatnot, and he could potentially be set for some appearances next season. We'll see what happens. The midfield. This is the big one. Juventini are dreaming about Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, Adrien Rabiot, Paul Pogba right now. Can it actually go down? Reports suggest that Sergej Milinkovic-Savic could be available to Juventus for 30 million euros, all right, after they make their sales and clean up their books a bit more and get everything set. Then they can go in, and it's a 30 million euro sale. It is a 5-year contract. It is 4 million plus bonuses per year and whatnot. Now, right out of the gate, I'm going to say I personally don't think another midfielder is coming in with the renewal to Rabiot. All right, I actually don't see it happening. If Juventus were to do this, I also have mixed feelings because of the Rabiot renewal and bringing in Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. First of all, I'll just say this. I don't believe midfield 3 of Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, Rabiot, and Paul Pogba is exactly top. Okay, I just don't see it actually meshing well together. Okay, but in terms of this happening, the Rabiot renewal kind of kills it for me. And the big reason is we are probably staring down the barrel of a season where we only play in Serie A. And if that is the case, all right, I don't want to take more time away or minutes away from what we're trying to build to in the future. And that would be guys like Rovella and even guys like Fagioli and whatnot. So I don't think it's actually necessary to go over the top and stack a midfield like that only playing in one competition. I would let us truly build and groom the future. All right, the Rabiot renewal kind of kills it for me. If Rabiot hadn't renewed and then this is up for grabs and available, I say absolutely, because of the fact you can't bank on Paul Pogba. However, if you still bring Sergej Milinkovic-Savic in, Miretti goes out on loan, you're still looking at mixing up that midfield, because I don't believe that midfield 3 will work. So it opens up some minutes, but overall, I think it might be more beneficial for us to start ushering in that next wave. But it's hard when you're looking at some big names and making the midfield work. But again, I just don't trust Paul Pogba's body. Hey, it's a tough one, but everybody's dreaming about it. And my sources still say Juve is working extremely hard to bring in Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. I know the majority of the fan base is starting to shift their opinions on Sergej Milinkovic-Savic and saying, hey, it's past, it's done, forget about it, move on. You know the drill, everybody. Let me know what you think in the comment section, okay, on all the news you heard and the Sergej Milinkovic-Savic rumors, all right? Can't wait to mix it up with y'all. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We had a really fun West Coast edition of a live session last night, so check that out too if you haven't, with the guys from Juve Official Fan Club Hollywood, Matteo and Giulio. It was a lot of fun and a lot of different takes, and we got into it on Locatelli, all right? So make sure you check it out. Everybody, I'll be back tomorrow with another daily update video. Till then, fino alla fine, forza Juve, ciao tutti.